If your current circle of friends and family don't understand or support your calling or your purpose, it may be time to expand your circle. You need friends, coaches, mentors, collaborators, and maybe even a team to support you in all that God's calling you to do. But how do you find them? And how do you know who God has truly aligned with you for this next season? By the end of this video, you'll know how to discern the right people that you should have in your circle and how to dodge a bullet or two by repelling the wrong ones. Here's what effective kingdom builders know. Proverbs 27:17 says that iron sharpens iron. So the right people in your circle can actually help you become who God has called you to be while you're on the way to fulfilling your purpose. Moses had Aaron and Hur to hold up his arms when he grew weary during a battle. Nehemiah organized a team of skilled workers to help him rebuild the walls of Jerusalem in record time. Jesus chose 12 disciples, but he had an inner circle of just 3. The Apostle Paul developed partnerships with Silas, Barnabas, and Timothy at different times and seasons to accomplish what God was calling them to do. Ecclesiastes says 2 are better than 1. And a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. We're designed for family and community, and sometimes we find ourselves isolated and alone in the body of Christ, and certainly there are those times and seasons. But ultimately, God has people in mind for you to work with and do life with as you accomplish His purposes. Through the years, I've partnered and collaborated with different people and teams, and I was finding myself in a place where a lot of those relationships had fallen away because their purpose had been accomplished. So a couple of years ago, I discovered a coaches community that I absolutely fell in love with. I love coaches because they're growth-oriented, they're positive, they're always thinking, how can I move forward? And they're very introspective as far as what is it I need to shift or change in order to move forward. So I have really enjoyed that community and built some amazing relationships with other coaches. When God leads you into a community, He will confirm it with 1 or 2 key relationships that are going to encourage you that you're in the right place at the right time. Maybe it's a new church or a ministry you've gotten involved with, or some type of volunteer work where you feel like, oh, I have something in common with these people, and I feel like this is kind of an extended family for me. That can be a wonderful thing because the body of Christ is our family. Have you ever traveled somewhere and met another believer and you just have this inexplicable connection with them, and there's a camaraderie and a rapport that you can't explain except that you're both part of the body of Christ and the family of God? Well, it's like that when you are in your purpose and you're moving into that place God has for you or that season, and you connect with others on the same journey. That's why I'm so excited to start Flourish Mentorship Community, because I really believe that God is going to connect people in that community for partnership, collaboration, and only He knows what else He has in mind. Here are some different types of people that will help you fulfill your God-given purpose. The first group are mentors, those who have been there before you. These are people that can give you wisdom, insight, and understanding to avoid some of the costly mistakes they made on the way to where they were going. They can provide wisdom, guidance, and wise counsel as you move forward on the path God has for you. The second group are peers, those who are beside you. These are people on the same journey as you, and these people can be the ones who walk alongside you as you move towards your goals together. Another group are mentees, those who are behind you. You may know someone that could use your wisdom, your guidance, and your encouragement as they are just a few steps or a few miles behind you on the same journey. Maybe it's someone called to the same business that you're in or the same ministry, and you can pull them along beside you, because sometimes those people will become your greatest supporters, and they may even help you in what you're called to do as you're helping them. Another type of person you might want on your team are specialists. Specialists bring skills to the table that you may or may not have. For example, there's financial advisors, legal experts. Maybe you need a virtual assistant. And in this case and others, you may be able to do those things yourself. But in this season, your time and energy are better spent on, say, creative things instead of administrative. So when you have specialists on your team, they're actually helping you save time and energy as they help you accomplish the vision. Whereas if you try to do all those things yourself, you could be months or years doing what they could do in weeks and days. Another type of person to have on your team are coaches. Coaches are people who can accelerate you. They can help you reach your goals in record time because they're going to pull out insights and awareness that you had locked up inside you to be able to discern what God's saying and knowing exactly with clarity what God is having you to do first and next. Another thing I love about coaches is that they provide a safe space for you to think through challenges and problems and come up with solutions to get unstuck and move forward. They also provide support, encouragement, and accountability as you meet with them weekly or every couple of weeks and check in on your progress to see how you're doing and how they can help you move forward. So how do you discern the right people to have on your team at the right time? There are some green flags and some red flags to help you know who should be on your team and who should not. People that are good to have on your team are vision supporters, people who are genuinely happy for you when you move forward. It's nice to have people who are givers, and I'm not really talking about finances here, but people who are generous with their time and their energy, and if needed, their resources as well. People who are happy to give and support you in what you're called to do. As for red flags to watch out for, the first one on the list is takers, people who only come around when they need something from you, and as soon as they get it, they're nowhere to be found. Those are the people you really don't have time, energy, and resources for as you're moving toward fulfilling the vision. Another red flag to watch for are energy drains. How do you feel after spending a couple of hours with that person? Are you encouraged and inspired, or do you feel like pulling the covers over your head for 3 days? Those are the people you really don't want around you because your energy levels are needed for the thing God's called you to. And if they're draining your batteries every time you're with them, you've got to find extra ways to plug in and recharge afterwards. Another red flag is competition. Do you ever find when you share something that God's done in and through you, and with the right intention, you're not bragging on yourself, you're just sharing what God has done, and then the other person feels like they have to one-up you every time? Those are the type of people you don't want around you because at the end of the day, they're not for you, they're for themselves. And that's just energy you don't need around you. One of the biggest red flags I watch out for is controlling behavior. How does that person act when you say no for the first time? That's very telling. Now, even God, with all the power in the universe, does not control us. He gives us a free will. And I truly believe God hates it when he sees people controlling other people, because free will is a beautiful gift from God. And he wants us to choose freely and to act freely and to live freely according to his will. So when you have someone controlling you, just know that it is not only not godly, it's actually demonic in nature. Another type of person I can no longer stand to be around are gossipers. I've met many a gossiper in my day, and I've never met one that was loyal to anyone, because if they will gossip about someone else to you, they will turn around and gossip about you to others. So never trust a gossiper. They have no loyalty to anyone but themselves, because the information that they're sharing is power for them, and it gets them the attention that they want and need from others. There's a demonic spirit behind it, because often gossip is filled with lies and hatred, and those things grieve the heart of God. So when you see a gossiper, run. That's all I can say. Run. If they won't or can't be corrected and change their behavior, get as far away from them as you possibly can, because they will do harm to you, if not now, then in the future. So as you're discerning who should and shouldn't be on your team or your inner circle, watch how they handle people. Observe their behavior over time and see how they handle people and situations. Character always shows up over time. So don't jump into a relationship too soon. We need to see and understand and know who that person is we're bringing onto our team or into our inner circle, because the closer people are to us, the more damage they can do if they're not the right person. So here's some coaching questions to help you as you think about the people you want to surround yourself with as you move forward. What would be possible for you if you had the right people around you? Which type of person do you need on your team at this time? Is there someone you know you need to connect with, but you haven't reached out to yet? I want to encourage you that your calling is not just about what you can do alone. It's about collaborating and partnering with people as God leads you to accomplish more than you could ever do on your own. And be encouraged that God is already preparing the divine connections that you need. Are you ready to start surrounding yourself with the right people? I have a limited number of one-to-one coaching calls available this week if you'd like help figuring out who should and shouldn't be on your team. Just click the link below and book a time with me. I'd love to help you and pray with you and coach you to make decisions that will impact your future in a positive way. Thanks for watching.